Hello and welcome to North Star Stamper. I'm Susan Kramer. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the state of Minnesota. Welcome to Frugal Friday. Let me see if I can find myself on. There we go. I think I have myself muted. All right, I'd like to make sure my video is working well. Obviously, I can't check sound, but anyway, I had a request to show you how I re-ink my ink pads. So that's what I'm doing today. I don't have a card to show you. I don't have anything stamped. I'm just kind of winging it. I do consistently go by North Star Stamper, both within Stampin' Up! And on all the social websites. I have my own personal website, and that's how you can email me too, susan@northstarstamper.com. So thank you for joining me today for this episode of Frugal Friday. So, your ink pads are an investment, and they won't last forever. I've had some issues with, it's not mold, I'm not sure what happens to it, but I do keep my craft supplies in the basement, so I don't know if the humidity down here affects, it's usually the reds that I get like a film on. I have had trouble with my Mossy Meadow pad too, but they were like 10 years old, so it was time to replace them anyway. This is a very well-loved black ink pad. You can see the lid is actually cracked. I don't use this one very often. We offer a different brand of black, but I really like our black, and I wish we had this. And the reason I brought this one out is it is a, not a felt pad, it is a linen pad. I don't know if you can see the strings, if I hold it just right. There are strings coming off. So, and you can see there, it's not smooth, it's linen, it's like fabric. So chances are, these are the kind of ink pads you have, which is why I'm starting with this one. We haven't sold linen pads in a while. I don't know when we changed them, but anyway. These take a lot, actually all of our ink pads now take a lot of ink. And what I do, whenever I buy an ink pad, I almost always buy the refill with it, or in my next order. Sometimes my orders get a little big, so I will wait and then make a note to buy the reinkers my next order, because I do order almost every month, I have to tell you, and some of you do that too. But anyway, reinking. You can see it coming out of the bottle. You could shake it up. I don't know if you need to. Let's shake it up. They don't say that you have to do that, and I'm going to have ink everywhere. So our reinkers, maybe I'll even talk about a technique using reinkers soon. So you just squeeze and go back and forth. And when I had the linen ones like this, I would keep adding ink, and you see I'm going back and forth as I squeeze, and hopefully you can, yes, okay. I have to peek at my video, and you can see it absorbing into the ink, into the pad. So I'm just going back and forth, making sure I'm getting ink everywhere, all the corners. I do, and I think most people do, tend to ink up your stamp in the middle of a pad. So you can see it's still absorbing. And when I had the linen, I would keep adding ink until it wouldn't absorb anymore. And you can hear maybe? I'm rubbing it along the ink pad. So it's right on there. And I would keep going till it doesn't absorb anymore. Just keep going, keep going, keep going. I don't know how many times you can refill an ink pad with one bottle. Many times, 4 or 5, I don't know. I don't re-ink all that often, and I stamp almost every day. But I found some ink pads that need re-inking. So with Celebration ending next week, I went through my re-inkers and I found some that were running low or that I didn't have. So I will be stocking up on re-inkers and earn another Celebration product next week. You can see I'm still going, and I'm squeezing the ink as I go. You can see it's still absorbing. Oh, I meant to show you a before and after. I'll do that with the other pads. I grabbed a little turtle guy from the Sea Turtles stamp set. He's a nice solid image, so let's see what we get here. I gotta keep that clean. I don't want to make too much of a mess today, so I'm going to re-ink. Ink, 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 stamp. Oh, look at that. Lovely. I have my cleaner here, and I'll just show you. I know I've had requests to show you this too. This is a chamois. You can see it's well loved. well inked, and I rinse it out. I just take it to the bathroom sink and squeeze, and you can see the other side is still purple. I just do that one side. This is a 1/4 of a chamois, and it is, I'm not sure why it turned blue. The purple like wore out of it. And then this is the same chamois material, but it's the cloth that comes with the glass mat. So and then this is a stamp case that I keep them in. And when I travel, when I stamp other places, I'll just put this into a big plastic bag and take it with me. But this is how I clean my stamps. And then I just stamp to get the ink off. And then if I'm really quick and use this cloth, sorry, I'm kind of close, and take the ink off pretty quick, I do keep it from staining a little bit. It's like the reds are notorious for staining our photopolymer. So my blank ink pad is now re-inked, ready to go for next time. So we're going to do another one here. And this is one of our newer felt pads. I have a balmy blue here. And you can see it is a foam pad. It's not the linen. Oh, here, let's do a before and after. This will be kind of interesting. So I'm going to ink. Oh, that was wet. I'm going to ink this up. It's not too bad, so I'm going to clean this off with this. Then I actually have a Norwex cloth that I dry it on. Mostly, I'm drying the block. And I will tap the the stamp a little bit, because I don't want that to be wet. Now, let's move that out of the way a little bit. Balmy blue, I always make sure I've got the right. They're all labeled really well. Our ink pads do come with multiple identifiers here in different languages. So I just put a blank one on the inside there, and then the named one with the label on the outside there. This time I'm not going to go right on my pad. I don't want to scuff up the foam. I'm afraid that if I went back and forth like I did on the linen, that I would tear the foam. So here I am still going back and forth, left and right, diagonal, around. You can see it's not absorbing in that corner already. So that tells me there's a lot of ink in this ink pad. That wasn't too bad of an image there, so I'm not going to go near as much as I did on the black. Our ink pads do come very, very juicy. So you could probably get by with, I don't know, depending on how much you're stamping with a new ink pad, a few months before you have to re-ink it. I mean, it really depends. If you're doing something like, something for a wedding and making 30 thank you cards or something like that, obviously you're going to need to re-ink more often than if you use it 3 times in a month. So it really depends. So this is balmy blue. So I'm going to ink, and I'm going to move all over my ink pad, and we'll see what that looks like. You can see the difference there. That one needed to be re-inked. I do have 2 more. For some reason, I chose blues. I'll just do one more, though. I tried this Misty Moonlight, and again, this is a foam pad. Ink. Oh, that's better than it was. I tested this earlier. I want it to be more dramatic. Let me try this. I have Pool Party here as well. So you get the idea. Pool Party. They're both pretty good, actually. We'll do the Pool Party. That one's a little lighter. And I'm going to double check Pool Party. And Pool Party. Oh, I was going to show you. If you, by chance, accidentally forget to clean your stamp and you get, let's say, black ink on an ink pad, just take a paper towel and kind of mop up where your where the darker color is that you want to get off. And yes, you will be wasting some ink, but I've seen it happen with yellow ink pads with a black stamp. black ink being added to a yellow pad. We were stamping bumblebees or something, and this was like 25 years ago. It was before I became a demonstrator. The customer felt so bad. But you just wipe off the dark ink and then you re-ink it. I have heard of people rinsing them out and re-inking, but if you have to do all that, I just spend the, $9 and buy a new ink pad. So you can see this is foaming a little bit, and I know we have issues with foaming sometimes. And if I don't get a good image, see, that is, I'm going to rub gently with the tip here. Let's try that. And ink all over the pad. Actually, it was better before. I think there's something in our inks. I am going to let this sit, and maybe tomorrow try again and see if I get a nice image like this, but more full. This one is kind of it's like too inky. Maybe I added too much ink, so I guess that's possible too. I'm thinking that if I let this sit overnight, that tomorrow if I re-stamp with this same stamp, that I'll get a better image. I will try that and report back on Monday. I'm actually going to record Monday's video later, so I don't know. Sometime you will find out if letting this sit makes my image come out better. It really was better before I re-inked, but that was late. So anyway, that's what I've got for you. Re-inkers, they're fun to use, not only to re-ink your ink pads, but use them on a glass mat, and then you can use a water painter to color things in, and for different techniques like water, words aren't coming to me, a water wash, color wash. So thank you for joining me. Happy stamping. Let me grab my thing back again. And I do take requests. Thank you, Diane and friends, for asking about the re-inking. I will be sending you some embellishments as a thank you for your request. So have a great day. And I will be recorded on Monday, so check out my video on Monday, both on Facebook and YouTube. Take care. Have a great night.